Boaties, we all have a part to play in protecting the oceans we love so much by reducing harmful emissions from the fuel we use and our engines. That's why engine emission standards have changed for all types and sizes of boat and are now in full effect. So if you've got a boat engine over 174 horsepower that's used at sea, I'm here to give you some of the main details. Whether the engine is new or second-hand, if it's been installed after 1 January 2023, it must meet emission limits and have the documents that go with it. Same goes for bringing a new or second-hand boat into New Zealand or building one. It must meet emission limits and have the documentation. Wondering about the engine you got installed before or right up to 1 January 2023? Let's break it down. If it's been installed before the 19th of May 2005, you're not required to meet emission limits or have documentation for these engines. This only applies to boats that were already in New Zealand in 2022. So if you're importing a boat, other rules apply. If it's been installed between the 19th of May 2005 and the 1st of January 2023, your engine will need to meet emission limits and have the required documentation by the 30th of June 2032. This only applies to boats that were already in New Zealand in 2022. So if you're importing a boat, other rules apply. Boats with engines that are only used for emergency purposes or only operate on lakes or rivers don't need to meet the new rules. You guys are good. If in doubt, chat to your marine supplier to make sure you get the right documents on time. Now let's talk fuel. All these fuels currently sold at retail outlets in New Zealand are low sulfur and low emissions. Buying your fuel this way means you're doing all you need to fuel-wise. If your boat uses heavier fuel oils, speak to your fuel supplier to make sure the fuel meets the emission standards. One last thing, promise. If your boat is at or over 400 gross tonne, has an incinerator, has systems that use ozone depleting substances, or goes outside the 200 nautical mile limit, other rules may apply to you. For more info, click the Learn More button. Let's look after our oceans together, boaties. Over and out.